So namhlanje sila ecourt we are silethwe yi-South African Human Rights Commission because ilwela ukuthi thina siblocka abantu bokufika kuma-healthcare facilities. So konke sikushoyo ukuthi we will not stop, ngeke si-stop because la si-enforce umthetho okumele ngabe u-enforcewa u-government. Imithetho iyasho ukuthi uma umuntu wangaphandle uza e-countryini you must have amaphepha a-right and you must have your medical visa. So uma une-medical visa it means uzokhona ukukhokhela ama-medical bills wakho. So akumelanga sibathole kuma-public facilities wethu because public facilities ezethu ama-South Africans kuphela. Bona they must go to private facilities bakhokhe. I mean, like I've said before, ukuthi South Africans should go and look ukuthi obani ama-executive members our South African human rights. Then they must come back to us because you can't have foreigners that will be fighting for South African. That's the reason why sithola sise-court namhlanje because executive members wabo khona abantu bangaphandle kunabantu bokufika ku-executive yabo and kwakumele ngabe bazame ukuthi bahlalise phansi both sides abantu laba bama-complainant ne-operation Dudula ne-march and march ukuthola ukuthi kahle kahle inkinga ikephi not ukuthi basise court. So ukuthi basise court it means sebathathe iside sebesibonisa ukuthi vele basesayidini lama-foreigner and not elama-South Africans, and unfortunately ngeke si-stop because akukho oku-wrong esikwenzayo si-enforce imithetho ekhona engakreathwanga yithi unfortunately.
Today, the Gauteng High Court of South Africa made a landmark decision. It has barred Dudula and by extension any other political party, be it Patriotic Alliance, Put South Africa First, MK, or any of these other groups that might want to go out and bar foreigners from getting services, discriminating them, or harassing them in their course of business, their lives, or in their normal conduct. They've been barred from targeting foreigners. They've been barred from targeting foreigners for discrimination, for abuse, for harassment, and for trying to stop them from getting access to healthcare, schools, or any other basic human right. According to the judge, the targeting of foreigners, their harassment, their terrorization is a human rights violation that deprives them of their right to dignity, privacy, and freedom. And as such, anybody that is undertaking this activity commits a crime against humanity and contravenes the South African Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the universal human rights that South Africa has acceded to by signing human rights agreements and covenants. The ruling goes further to barring South African police from arbitrarily stopping people and asking them for their IDs, because that is a contravention of their right to freedom and their right to dignity. So now the South African police can no longer do what they had been doing, which is going out into the streets, looking at how people are dressed, looking at people's skin color, and then asking them for their documents without reasonable cause or without any form of criminal activity that they're suspecting to have been done by this person. This was a form of discrimination, it was a form of segregation, and this has been disallowed by the courts. So despite the allegations that the ANC and South African leadership have been involved in this discrimination and abuse of foreigners, this now becomes case law. And so South African government officials are enjoined to uphold the Constitution and the laws of South Africa by arresting anybody that continues to discriminate or to terrorize and target foreigners in South Africa. Every nation that has been destabilized by war previously started by abusing minorities. Let's keep rule of law.
We had no legal representation, and it was purely because of lack of information coming to Operation Dudula in time. I'm not too sure if that was deliberate. However, we are here now. What's going to happen is we're going to advise our legal team, obviously, to take this matter on appeal, and we'll see how far we go. But as to everything that was said, unfortunately, the way I was sitting, I could not pick up everything, but I did hear the issue of uniform that was dismissed, and all of the applicants, sorry, all of the respondents on the court papers, including the Department of Home Affairs, the SEPs, I did pick up a few things that where the judge was saying that if they were doing their duties, we would not be where we are today. So all of those All of those issues would be looked at by the executive, including the legal team, and then we'll take it from there and see how far we go.
So what does this actually mean for your operations? You know, you were planning a school program that's going to start on the first day of the academic year, that where you'd be, you know, checking the identities of students. All of that you've now been interdicted from doing. Even the blocking of foreign nationals at clinic, you've been interdicted from doing that. How does this impact your current operations? Because, you know, some of your members are saying they're still going to continue to do this.
Everything would be vested upon the hands of the legal team, and I think it needs to be taken on an agent basis to appeal, because everything and anything that we are doing in terms of blocking the children in schools, we have not done any blocking at schools. What we've done, we've delivered the letters that stipulate the criteria, what needs to happen in line with accepting doing the admission of foreign children in schools. That's all what we did. Even in clinics, section 27 of the Constitution and section 17 of the Constitution says that everybody that comes into the country needs to have the medical visa, so that he can access the medical health care. But what's going to happen is everything will be vested upon the legal team. The legal team will have to advise us as agent on an agent basis to give us a direction as to how we proceed.
Good news coming from South Africa. Operation Dudula, the vigilante group that goes around targeting foreigners and non-South Africans that are of African origin, has been ordered to stop their activities by the court. The court has interdicted Operation Dudula that they should stop intimidating African migrants, stop looting their businesses, stop denying them healthcare by going into hospitals and pulling them out of the beds, and stop pulling little children out of school because you feel that they are not South African. While some of these people will go into school and be denying little children education, and they will look at the skin color and they say, no, this one is dark, it can't be South African. And in so doing, having denying their own South African citizens because they believe South Africans are not dark-skinned. And these are black people. They'll go into school and look at children that are dark and pull them out of schools and say, no, you're a foreigner. And your parents are not supposed to send you to this school. They've been doing that for years now, and now the court has actually stopped them on their tracks. Thanks to the South African court for allowing cool heads to reign and for bringing justice. Justice, yes. Because all the operations of Operation Dudula are basically against the South African liberal and peaceful constitution. And secondly, if you want to become a politician in South Africa and you're a nobody before, all you just have to do is go on the streets and say Kore must go, and a lot of people will follow you. When you say foreigners must go, a lot of people will.
If you watch today's moment, do well to subscribe to this channel for more updates on what is coming out from South Africa. In my own opinion, I think Operation Dudula, they are doing wonderful work concerning this illegal immigrant in South Africa, because South Africa is becoming so crowded, and because of people, there are too many immigrants, illegal immigrants there. They are not documented, and Operation Dudula have been helping this country. What the court would have done, they would have collaborated with this Operation Dudula and other political party to help them clean up the country, South Africa. I pray that the law will intervene in South Africa country.